Jared Honey later?
So I want to take that at a kind of a macro level beyond empowering, because one of the things that we've done at FIA is probably some of the most significant research in Australia about the future of work and young people. And so as we move through the most significant transformation since the industrial age, there are global forces impacting work and therefore impacting our young people, particularly the future workforce. So Australia measures on some of the particularly skill sets that are going to be required or capabilities that are required, which are way beyond technical capabilities, although they will be important. But this idea about an entrepreneurial mindset and this idea about kind of being enterprising and collaborative and having the skills of innovation, we are not teaching here universally by any stretch of the imagination, and some other jurisdictions are. So we're super interested in, how is it that a country like Estonia has some of the best education outcomes on the planet at the moment? They've actually surpassed Finland, who we've always held up as being, the most amazing educational platform. So we're really interested in what young people will be doing for work, how they will learn and how they will live, and we see those things as intricately linked, as we always do, because that's actually what makes up a society. But in massive transformation that we're going through now, all those things are up for grabs for this generation and the next, by every measure. And so our focus on lifting the capabilities and the mindsets of young people and future generations is front and centre and must be.
Another question? Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm new to Australia.
Welcome.
Just getting my head around some of this stuff, and I'm new to the university and the government sector. In Europe, because we're now in some big problems in Europe, we have failed to do many things, which is why we had Brexit. We failed to see government and society as a co-design project, or even a wayfinding project, and you wayfind your way through spending 17 trillion on a war that nobody can possibly win, and then wonder about the standard of living and the standard of living of the people who respond. This incredible lack of being able to actually deliver a cohesive ecosystem between society and the government of society. Australia seems to have a very similar problem, except theirs is even faster. 3 years, which is a design project for some of us, called a PhD. 3 years and it's over, and you get to have another go. How do you slow this up? How do you engage government in co-design? We can't even, I'm in Newcastle, we've had developers come in, they've not even co-designed with the city. They've left it wrecked after the earthquake. I haven't even engaged in that level of wayfinding. You can't even find a hospital from the centre of Newcastle. How do we do this? How do we engage them? Because all the guy that was saying all this stuff from the bank's point of view, the majority of these problems, IP is a government problem. It's a world government problem. All the things that are coming up are more and more to do with governance and how design is used by the government. How do we do that?
Great set of questions, which Ali and lots of other people can answer here. But it comes back to principles, and I've sat in many meetings with city leaders and also government leaders. I have to say, in Australia, I've found some of the city leaders have been much more open and much more accessible than maybe government at the state and federal level. Having said that, City of Sydney is involved in some projects that are very intricately linked to the state government, and they're starting to work differently. But I agree with you, it's a long journey, and it has to start at some really core principles like co-design, like citizen-led democracy. Some of these things that are actually emerging globally, we could so easily take in Australia. We're only 24 million people, we should be the lighthouse, experiment lab in the world. We can do this, and we have the diversity as well, which is profound and I think a huge opportunity, and will be missed if we don't grab it.
The questions? Yes, sir.
My name is Paul from Adelaide. You're a very inspiring
I did not plant Paul. We've never met, have we? Literally. We've just been looking at FYA at a model out of New Zealand, which is not that different. In fact, I think they took their model from Spain, called Inspiral. And Inspiral is a model where, outside of Wellington, where there was a really depressed community, and they built up slowly but surely a co-op, basically a co-op model where people were able to have a kind of a backbone of support in their co-op, and then also start to have micro businesses and build B2B as well. And that's now got 300 people in it, really successful over the last 5 or 6 years. So we've had a look at that, and we're about to launch something called actually Launch Clubs in Australia, only in regional Australia for young people. So we're super interested in where there's areas of high unemployment in regional Australia, particularly for young people, but they want to stay. Actually, there's a myth about always wanting to go to the city. And so Launch Clubs is a co-op, is like the 21st century co-op model where young people will run and lead and co-design their own co-op. And we're really interested in that, so we should talk about it later. But 100%. And the Spanish, of course, model is our light on the hill. So thank you for bringing it up.
And just one last question, if I could, before we break for lunch, Jan. And that you've heard about STEM. It's all over the news. Can I get your opinion on STEM within the education and the emphasis that they're putting on that?
Well, I mean, STEM is, I like to think of it in two ways. Well, number one, I love that the UK put A in it very quickly and called it STEAM. So they put art and design right in the middle of STEM. And now they've slapped an E on the front, so it's like E-STEAM, which I think means entrepreneurship. So, however, there is no doubt that, we're seeing just in the research that we've done that something like 7 in 10 future jobs will have, a high level of digital skills. And that's just one area of STEM is digital skill sets. So there's no doubt that the technical skill and ability, as entry-level jobs are transformed, and they will be disrupted and transformed, and they are being, that there is more of a need for higher-level technical skills and ability, there's no doubt. However, having said that, I really want us to encourage young people to think about kind of the new T. And the new T may be your technical skill set, whatever it may be, and you may have several. But across the top of that, when we're saying, and our research says that a 15-year-old today is likely to have 17 jobs in 5 different industries, what you have across the top of your T in terms of your, what we call enterprising skills, and I talked about them before, entrepreneurial mindset, digital skills, financial skills, innovation skills, collaboration skills, that set of what are transferable skills. When I grew up, they were called soft skills. They're like nice to haves. Once you've got your degree, don't forget to learn how to communicate. And then, a decade or two ago, they were called 21st century skills, which is great, except now we're in the 21st century. So these are now front and centre, and this is well documented by the OECD and other people around the world. We didn't make this up. But the fact is that those transferable skills are absolutely front and centre, no matter what technical skill set you have, because if you're going to have 17 jobs in 5 different industries, and if you're going to be a job seeker and a job creator at different times in your life, you're going to have more than just a pure technical skill. So STEM is great. STEM is definitely core in terms of a lot of the technologies of the future, but don't forget the A in the middle, and don't forget the enterprising skill set across the top.
Beauty. Thank you very much, Jan.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that.